Hey guys, welcome back to 234 in La Casa. So today we're going to be making chocolate mousse. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. You're going to want to use 4 egg yolks. Don't put the egg whites in this, okay? So we're going to start off with 4 egg yolks and you're going to place them in a bowl. Grab a spatula and get those placed in the bowl. And then to these egg yolks, we're going to add a pinch of salt. And then 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. All right, and then we're just gonna whisk all of this together. And once you get your sugar, salt, and egg yolks whisked together, you can set your bowl aside. All right, so over medium heat, you're gonna wanna get you a saucepan, and we're gonna place 12 ounces of dark chocolate in a saucepan and get the chocolate melted for the chocolate mousse. So I'm going to use a mix of Ghirardelli dark chocolate, the melting wafers, and this Hershey's special dark chocolate, okay? All of this together should be about 12 ounces. And we're also going to add 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. And then as we wait for our chocolate to melt, we're going to go ahead and add 2 cups of heavy whipping cream to a small mixing bowl. Okay, and then we're also going to add 1 cup of powdered sugar to the same mixing bowl. And like I said, while the chocolate is melting, we can go ahead and put, if you have a stand mixer, you can go ahead and put your 2 cups of heavy whipping cream and your cup of powdered sugar on your stand mixer and go ahead and start whipping your sugar and milk so you can start making your whipped cream for the chocolate mousse. All right, and then to your 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, we're going to go ahead and add this 1 cup of powdered sugar. And then if you have a stand mixer, you can go ahead and place your bowl in your stand mixer and go ahead and start whipping your heavy whipping cream and your powdered sugar. This is melted. I'm going to go ahead and add like a pat of butter to it as well. All right, and so then now I'm just going to you're going to set this aside. You're going to turn your stove off and set this aside, and we'll get started on the egg and milk part of the chocolate mousse. Okay, so we're going to add 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream to a saucepan, and you're going to whisk this heavy whipping cream in the saucepan or kind of stir it until you notice that it starts to have some soft bubbles around the edges. So it's like it's coming to a little simmering boil. All right, guys, so you can see that some bubbles have started to form just around the edges. And if you hear that, that's my mixer in the background with the whipped cream. So now we're going to temper the heavy whipping cream into our egg yolks. Okay, so if you're not familiar with tempering, it's just adding a little bit of the warm cream at a time into the egg yolk mixture and just stirring. You don't want the warm cream to start cooking your eggs. So that's what we mean by tempering. So it's just a little bit at a time, okay? We want it to remain in a liquefied state. We're going to continue this process until we've added all of the heavy whipping cream to the egg yolk mixture. All right, so we're going to add our last little bit of heavy whipping cream to the bowl. And then what we're going to end up doing is placing the heavy whipping cream and the egg yolk and sugar and salt mixture back into our saucepan so that we can now cook and make our custard. So you're going to want to turn your stove top or gas top onto medium heat. Okay, so we've got it added back into the saucepan, and I've got mine on medium heat. And we're going to cook this until it comes to a thick consistency. Because what we're doing now is we're going to create our custard for our chocolate mousse, okay? And for our chocolate to actually be added to the custard. Okay, so the custard is done. You can see the thickness level of it. It's stiff. So we're going to go ahead and add this custard to our chocolate mixture. Custard and the chocolate combined together is looking very smooth. So we're going to allow the chocolate to be set aside and come to room temperature. All right, so it's been about an hour and our chocolate is at room temperature. So what we're gonna do is add the chocolate to our whipped cream. And we're just gonna fold it in very gently. And then after we have this folded in very gently, I'm gonna fold it maybe about 10 more strokes of folding since I'm adding the rest of this chocolate in there. We're gonna cover it with saran wrap and place it in the refrigerator. All right, so I'm gonna fold just a few more times. All right, and then it's ready for saran wrap. All right, so it's day 2 for our chocolate mousse. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it out of the refrigerator. All right, guys, so we just got this mousse out of the refrigerator. I'm gonna uncover it, and boy, does it look good. So it's got all set up, and it's nice, thick, wonderful, fluffy mousse. All right, guys, so you can see here, I just used a little bit of this Ghirardelli baking cocoa and put it in a sieve and just put some on top. And I'm using just some Cool Whip Extra Creamy that I placed on top of the mousse. Let me give you all a close up of that. And it would be wonderful with some strawberries as well. Okay, all right, so I've got one of these chocolate mousse with whipped cream already plated up and ready to go. And I'm gonna make another one. So a mousse for 2. And like I said, strawberries are excellent on here, raspberries. You could even use espresso powder if you would prefer an espresso taste. But this is an excellent mousse, really easy and really, really good. I make it for my family all the time. All right, so you all have a great day. I'm sending love to you all. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Look at that. So decadent, so lovely. I'll give you all just one more close-up of this mousse. Very creamy. All right, guys, I'll see y'all next time. Y'all take care. Make today wonderful.